Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Shaman King Flowers episode number 3 reaction. So the previous episode we got to see another battle between Hana and this time it was Johanna's sister. I forgot her name. So yeah, both of them had their battle and it seemed like Hana is way stronger, is overpowering her, but in the end he gets caught off guard by Johanna who was just there, behind him, and he was able to pierce his chest with his oversoul. So not only that, we also got to see Johanna's sister use an ability which somehow dispelled Hana's oversoul, which made it even worse for him. And it seemed like, he's going to be defeated, but then came in Hana's fiance, Anna. I think she called herself Anna the Third, and she is Silva's daughter. And okay, so let's see. She just introduced herself, and that's where the whole episode ended. We can see that she's quite strong. So let's see her abilities today. Like in this episode, let's see what she does. All right, so this is episode number 3. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, you think that was a dream? Bro. Wow. You see the bandage in your stomach? You think that happened in the dream as well? Wait, is she just there? Wow, she's just there. Yeah. Oh my god. Wow. Wow, she actually hit it in the... Yeah. True. Oh. Also, that's what happened. Ah, I see. So he did it. I thought it was like, his sister's ability or something. Oh, I remember that. True. That is true. Wow. 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 Banished. Wow. He's crying. Yeah. Wow. Mhm. Yeah. What the? Oh, this guy. Wow. His pompadour is crazy. Oh. Oh, he's just there. Wait. This guy like Ryu's student or something. I'm guessing he's calling himself Ryu. Okay, this is a hospital. Calm down. And this is a hospital. Hello? Oh my god. Wow. Bruh. Oh no, he's not really his student or he just calls himself Ryu. Okay. Hey, what? Oh my god. Wow. Okay, it didn't even get in. Great. No, I don't think that's her name. Forbade you from. Hmm. He's gonna get involved in this. That's why. Yeah. Okay. She didn't want you to blabber. Well, I like your situation was also kind of similar as far as I can remember. Yeah. Damn. Right. Hmm. Oh, there they are. Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is true. They actually work for how? So Yup, they're gonna go away, run away. Just ran. Hmm. New battle. Gather enough and wage war. Okay. Alumin. Okay. Wait, who's the second Itako Anna then? She calls herself the third. Who's the second one then? He thinks that they're all spouting Junie crap or something. Yep, that's what he's thinking. Oh, yep. Oh yeah, this whole thing. I do remember this. Great, I think. Hmm. Right. Yeah, that is true. Hmm. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, that's why she came here. Yeah. Damn. Wow, that's a sword. She has a katana. Okay. Damn. Oh wow, she's literally here. Wow, really? Yeah. Whoa. What the? Wait. Did she have this power before? I don't remember this, or I just forgot. Did she have this power in Shaman King? I don't. I cannot remember properly. Wow, that is. Yeah. Yeah, you're a shut in, literally. Oh. this, this is how he. Hmm. I love how he's interjecting. Oh, the. I see. Hmm. Oh yeah, because he can. I remember, like obviously, not yours. What's her name? How also had the whole able to understand the feelings. Ah, bell has rung. That a teacher looks like a student. What the hell? I I wonder who it is. There. I should. I never would have guessed. Wow. Oh my god, he just fell. Hey yo, why are you snapping pictures? What the hell? Why are you snapping pictures? Well, obviously, he's the main character. His seat beside him will obviously be empty, just in case the transference comes in. Bruh. Yeah. What the hell is this? What? What? Oh god. You know what? He is a little bit tuny. Wow. True. Hmm. Okay, this is a school. Stop it. Yeah, because because of you, I think. You don't go to school and anything. That's why. Ah, his arm, yeah. Yeah, and he's also injured a little bit. What was the. Okay. What was the point of that line in school? Yeah, you're the one to talk? Yeah. Hmm. What? Oh, is that why they? Okay, bro. She just broke the house. Did she? Was she the one who told him to let them go to school? Yokyo. Amazing cosmic power. Is he bringing down a meteor or something? I feel like she's just going to. Oh, Gion puppet. But oh my god, that is it. Well, yeah. Shut up. Go back to sleep. You're sick. Oh my god. Another one. Three times. Good god. Wow, you are outdated. Yeah, I can see that. I can understand. Wait, really? Oh my god. Hmm. Damn. And that's why he told them to go to school. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you want to fight him or something? Um, right. Okay. All right. So that was episode three. With today's episode, we got to see hear a little bit more about these characters. Um, and yeah, nothing much really. Like it was just like building whatever's going to happen later on. So yeah, for now, truce because Tamal literally went and destroyed the house and defeated that dude, bro. It's funny, like because this is literally the punchline. Like it seems like these characters will be strong, and then after fighting them, we're like, oh, they're you weak. Like that's literally the punchline. Like same happened when Hana fought Yohane. Then when Hana fought what's her name? His sister. And now Tamao fought this guy. That's literally the punchline. Oh, you're weak. Oh my god. But obviously, as we got to know, like, there is someone, like, behind, like who's pulling the strings. The branch Asakura family. They're the ones who will be the more troublesome ones. These guys, they will be like, we've already dealt with them. Yohane and his family. However, whoever's like making them do all of this, or whoever is backing them up, they're the ones who are going to be the most troublesome ones. Okay, right. So yeah, that was today's episode. Basically, a few information, and a little bit of world building, I guess you could say. Not world building in that sense, but like we got to know a little bit about what's going on, and more information about what is happening in this world now currently. So in the first section was basically us getting introduced to this girl. Wait, what was her name? Al Alumi, wasn't it, or something like that? I think. Wait a minute. Where is that? What is that section where she introduces herself? Yeah, Alumi Numbir. Numibar. Okay. So yeah, that is her. Okay, one thing. She says that she says she's another third, isn't she? And then she says that I'm Alumi Numibir, daughter of Patch Official Tribe, Patch Official Silva, and disciple of Anna, the first Itako. Okay, who is the second Itako then? She calls herself third, so there must be someone before her. I do wonder. Maybe we'll get to know later. Okay. So yeah, that was the first section. She introduces herself and stuff like that. And then the final section was basically seeing Tamao go and destroy the whole place in Kyoto, and they are currently in truce, with Hana's family, because Tamao went and did that. So they're currently in ceasefire, and their father has told them to go and attend the same school, and that's what they're doing now. So basically that. Right. Okay, that was this episode. So let us see how this goes. Oh, another thing was established today was the whole flower of maize, and them talking about like another battle that is going to begin, and whatever is going to happen is going to change the rules of the world or something like that, they said. So that is what they're all waiting for, which obviously is something that is going to make Hana get involved in it as well. And since Tamao didn't want Hana to get involved in it before he awakens to his true potential, Tamao always told him not to use his spirit. But then all of this is happening now, so yeah, it seems like he is going to get involved either way. There's no stopping that. However, before that, he has to he has to gain ability and probably unlock his true potential or whatever. So yeah, that is what's going on here. Okay, so that was this episode. Like I said, nothing much to talk about. So I'm just going to talk about. I'm just going to move on to the detailed discussion section. Yeah, let me talk about this episode scene by scene. So the first section, we get to see Hana in hospital. And yeah, he wakes up and he's like, oh my god, I feel like I was having a dream. And he's like, oh, in that dream something crazy happened, guys. And she calls her like a flat wait, what does she call her? Washboard, I think. Yeah. Oh my god. And so she was literally there behind him, so just punches him and makes him knocked out. Another thing here, one of my misconceptions got cleared up. I thought in the previous episode, the fact that his oversoul just got just vanished mid fight, I thought that was Johannes' sister's ability. No, it wasn't. So technically, that wasn't really an ability. That was actually has as Alumi explains here. Where's that part? Um, yeah, here it is. You must have subconsciously nullified your oversoul. If the materialization is weakened, then the damage would be less lethal. Yeah, I see. That makes sense. So he almost like just nullified his own oversoul as a like defense mechanism, so that if the like obviously like the amount of damage that his oversoul will get, if he like brings it back to himself, the damage will be a lot lesser. But it still was enough to deal that much damage to him, even though he like brought the oversoul back. He nullified his own oversoul, um, or dematerialized his oversoul, whatever you call it. So that is what happened. So yeah, so okay, I was kind of wrong to think that wasn't really her ability. I thought that was her ability or something, like she took his oversoul out or something. No, right. So that was what happened. Okay, so I love how Alumi is literally like, you guys were all over there. You guys are literally heroes of, like the previous generation. And you weren't able to do anything. You're just sitting there doing nothing. Like, what's up with you guys? Like, she literally. Because it is true. Like, Hana was fighting. Ryu was inside his, like, inside the house. Like, didn't even know what the hell was going on unless and until, like, Hana got injured. Like, you remember that scene when he comes out and he was like, what are you guys doing making a ruckus? And then he sees that Hana is literally his gaping like wound in his chest. And he's like, what the hell? What happened here? That, and like he didn't even know that it was going on. So, and obviously Amida Maru usually, Amida Maru in these type of situations, he's like, yeah, it was my fault, like I should have done a better job. Almi's like, yeah, you should have, like there you go, like you're right, you're absolutely correct, you should have did a better job. Oh god, right. And they're all like, like, and he's like, yeah, she's like if something happened to Hana, you don't realize that what Anna would have done to you guys. She leaves. Oh god. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. She's why she's the third Anna. And the fiance chosen by Hana and Yo. For Hana by Yo and Anna. Like yeah, her personality and everything is very much like Anna as well. Which is kind of ironic because when she looks at Hana, she's like, oh, your foul mouthedness and your, like personality, I can see a lot of, like I can see that you are her child. And that's very ironic because she's also the same. She also does that because she also has been taught by Anna. Yeah. Okay. So that was that. That's all over. Okay. Now we get to see the current Ryu. What is his name? Um. Yeah. So I thought he was Ryu's I don't know, student or something, or disciple. That's what I thought, and that's why I thought, oh, that's why he called himself like Ryu or something like that. Turns out they didn't even know each other. He just admires him, and that is why he probably took that name. I see, that makes sense because like he probably just emulates him, with the pompadour and everything. So he's pretty pissed. He's like, "What the hell is this? Like, like how is Hana so strong?" And like Hana's literally there behind him, and Hana's like, "Stop yammering. You want to fight here?" And they're literally squaring up in a hospital, like trying to fight each other. And Ryu comes in and stops in front of them, stopping the battle. And he looks at Ryu and he's like, "Oh, that hairstyle. This is the legendary thug of Yamato no Orochi of West Tokyo." And Hana literally grabs his pompadour and just drags him away. Seeing that, he's like, "Who is Hana? Like, he knows all these, like, someone as great as this guy. Who is Hana? What is his true identity?" Okay, Wait, the first original wooden sword. Where is that section where he introduces himself? I cannot find it. Um. Okay, I cannot find it. Anyways, but he obviously he calls himself. Um. I think like which generation? That's what I forgot. That's what I was trying to check. Which generation? I'm guessing the third generation or maybe the second. I don't know. So he's like one of the generations of Ryu. So right, I was under the wrong impression that he was his student. So turns out no, he just admires him and he took his name and his hairstyle. And like he's like a big fan of him or something like that. Okay, so now that all that's over, we see Ryu talking to Hana, and they talk about the whole situation a little bit, and like what, and Ryu talks about the battle that is going to happen, and talks about why Tamao forbade him from using spirits because she was waiting for him to gain his power, his inherent power, his like like true ability before he gets into the battle. That's why she always told him not to use spirits because if she uses spirits, I guess it'll be easier to track him down. He'll get involved in this before he's able to truly unlock his potential. So that is what Tamao wanted to prevent. Unfortunately, it has already started. So yeah. Now a little bit of a flashback where we get to see Alumi talking to Ryu, and Ryu was like, "Wait, what? Like, why? Like, who? Like, you're his fiance." And he's like, you guys are like 13, and she's like, "Yeah, so what? His father was also 13 when he literally fought everyone and like became like such a yeah." And she says like the rules of the world are going to change either way, so it doesn't even matter. Okay, so while all of this is happening, Hanagumi comes out, and Johannes' sister, obviously, they know Hanagumi because they were house teammates before. So I guess they have like this kind of like a uh, an admiration for them, maybe. So seeing them like with like the Asakura family, and like there, obviously they keep them at like a very high like position. So seeing them, they were like, oh no, we cannot deal with these guys now. Hanagumi is also here. So yeah, they decide to leave. She brings her oversoul out and leaves along with Yohane. So there you go. And Hanagumi warns Alumi. They're like, she's strong. She's going to become even stronger. Was it okay to let them go? Alumi's like, no problem. Um, okay, I'm going to read this section. She says a very interesting thing here. She says, the flower of maize, this is our new battle. Now that the god has been chosen, the shamans must gather enough strength to wage war against Haven. So there you go. So she's like, since the god of earth has obviously been, like selected, that is how, we need to gather power to fight against the heavens, which is interesting. Right. So obviously this is indicating like something that's going to happen in even a bigger scale than the actual Shaman King. Like, yeah, I see. All right. And her name is Alumi Numi, the daughter of Patch official Silva, the disciple of Anna, the first Itako. Okay, there you go. All that stuff. So I love how Hana, like, this is what it is. I can understand why Hana, most of the times, whenever like stuff like this happens in front of him, he thinks that people are just like spewing nonsense, and he's like, "What's wrong with you guys? Like, why are you talking like this? Like, you chuny or something?" Like that's literally what he thinks because he has obviously been brought up in a very normal and a very like normal environment. Like none of these nonsense he had to deal with. So now that he is seeing like hearing all of this from other people and seeing, he's just confused. He's like, what is this? Like, whoa, like Like it makes sense, like like if you've grown up, like I guess he wasn't really completely detached from this thing, because he did have Amidamaru with him. He did have his oversoul and all that. He did fight, he did train, so it's not that he was completely detached from it. He was in it. However, he wasn't really too deep into it. That is why his norms, how he grew up in a very normal way, with a little bit of a supernatural, which is, like I said, Amidamaru and the other stuff. Now that he's fully getting into this stuff like this, he is basically just bewildered, and he cannot believe what is happening, basically. And he's like, what the hell? Like, are you guys, like, you've been watching too much anime or something, like, like, why are you talking like this? So that's what is happening. Like, so you can't really blame him, because he wasn't really in any of this. He knew nothing of this. As you saw, Tomao really, like, like sheltered him in a way so that he doesn't get involved in any of these things, unless and until his own power unlocks and he awakens to it. So he was sheltered from all of this. So now that he's coming into all of these things, he's confused, and he thinks everyone is just Junie. That's what he's thinking. So yeah, it kind of, like, it makes sense. Yeah, so, like, I guess you can make like a comparison to this. Just imagine if you, like, like, in our world, if weird stuff like this happens and you've grown up in a very normal world, and suddenly when you, like, reach the age of 13, you see that all of this stuffs are happening, you'll also think that, like, people are spewing nonsense and they're Junie or something, because you weren't a part of it from the beginning. So you knew nothing about it, and now you're getting to see all of this, kind of like that. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so here you can see, while they were having this conversation, Ryu thinks of a memory. He says that I like, remember one of the memories during the shaman fights in the last plant. Okay, here we go. I do remember this part, but I don't remember the details. I've obviously seen this in Shaman King, but I do remember Rutherford, and I do remember the battle a little bit, but I've forgotten the most details of it. So I'm going to just read this section just to jog my memory. It was Rutherford and her spirit ally, Grey Saucer. So what she said was, all intelligence beings have evolved, always seeking some greater thing. Okay, the unrelenting desire, ultimately, in exchange for knowledge, causes serious problems. Again, yeah, that is true. The heart. The pain and suffering brought about by knowledge cannot be solved, no matter what technology one. Wait a minute, let me go back again. Okay, just a sec. The pain and suffering brought about by knowledge, okay, cannot be solved no matter what technology one has. Right. What if I told you the shaman fight was started so that someone may find a solution to the woes? Right. This, okay. So she's saying that the, like, so, as they say, ignorance is bliss. She's saying that the pain and suffering brought about by knowledge, when you know more, obviously you will, you'll be able to understand a lot of things better. That is why they say ignorance is bliss. When you're not ignorant, when you know about something, it is going to bring you pain and suffering alongside it. And she says this pain and suffering cannot be solved no matter what technology one has. You can have any type of technology or whatever, but since when you have knowledge, obviously you will have the pain which comes alongside with it. And it cannot be stopped with any technology. However, what if I told you the shaman fight was started so that someone may find the solution to those woes? So she's saying that the shaman fight was started, find a solution to that, so that even if you have too much knowledge, you won't, like, you won't, like, get the pain that comes alongside it. It's like shaman fight has been started to reduce that or eradicate that. So okay, right. And Ryu says, if what she says is true, then who the hell started it? It would have to be someone even our god wouldn't be a match for. Right. Okay, I see. Anyways, so yeah, that was the whole conversation. And Ryu is like, this is something very big is going on. Okay, so Tamao is in Kyoto as we saw in the previous episode, and she has finally come in front of the Branch Asakura family's house. And her spirits, I forgot those two things' name, Konchi or Ponchi, I think, something like that. They are like, oh, like, are you okay going in alone here? Like, you could have brought Hanagumi and Ryu with you. And she's like, oh, you guys told me, and from what I realized, I don't think I'll lose here. I'm well, like, like, well enough capable to take these guys out. Okay, what is her soul's name? I think she Harusame, yeah. Okay, so her soul's name is Harusame, and her spirit, her contracted spirit is what was it? Tengu, Daitengu, something like that. I think, yeah, Oversoul Daitengu. Okay, now like I said, I don't remember if she had this in Shaman King. I don't think she had this, or did she? Maybe I'm just forgetting. Let me know. It's been so long I've seen Shaman King. I've forgotten most of the stuff. So I don't think she had this. So if she didn't have this in Shaman King, she probably got this later on. The little we saw how they kind of explained that Hana, after being not Hana, sorry, Tamao, after like given the responsibility of Hana, she had to grow up and she had to take everything under her, like under her wing. So to do that, she went through a lot of change, and I'm guessing this was also probably part of it. She somehow got her, like made a contract with Daitengu. Okay, okay, so there you go. That was that. Now we get to see Hana go to school. And this part is so funny because Hana's complaining about school, and he's like, "Oh, I hate this school. Like, what the hell? I should just skip." And Amdam on continuously just interjects, and he's like, "Oh, you hate school because you don't have any friends." You know what? This is so true. I feel like this is one of the most um like it's hard to like I don't know, it's hard to accept it. However, it is true. If you don't enjoy school, it means you have no friends. That is like the one of the most like basic truths. I've like at least I know that, like because I remember like obviously a lot of people complains about school and says how they don't like it, this and that, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like it all boils down to if you're lonely or not in school. Because I remember when I went to school, when I was obviously like primary, middle, and then high school, I had a lot of fun. And the reason behind it was that I was able to make friends because I was in one school from the beginning. I didn't change schools, and since I was in one school from the beginning, I had like the children, the students that I grew up with. We had a lot of time to get acquainted with each other, and we made like really inseparable bonds. Like a lot of like us became really good friends throughout like 10 years. 10 years of like like little by little like becoming friends and actually strengthening our friendship. So at the end of it, at like at the almost the end a few years of my high school, I enjoyed school life so much. I absolutely loved it because I had so many friends. I went to school always having a nice happy smile, and just like playing with my friends, like like having like fun with them, stuff like that. And then I had to go to higher studies, like 2 more years, and it was a completely new environment. I hated school since I knew no one from there. Our school only have had up until like like a certain like like few like classes we had, and then 2 more years we had to go to another school. And in that school, all the friendships have already been established, and I and a few others were probably the odd ones out who just got in. And we literally had no friends. And I hated school. I had only had like one or two friends I remember. I hated school because like I went to school and I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. I absolutely hate it here. I want to go back. These 2 years and those 2 years and I think I've said this in my previous videos. I'm going on a tangent, but those 2 years were the years when I started watching anime properly, and in a way you could say that those 2 years anime actually really helped me, like um not feel lonely, I guess you could say, like, because I absolutely hated going to school. The only thing that would enjoy is like coming back from school and watching anime. That's like that's what I enjoyed so much. And you could say like like those 2 years anime really helped me out from loneliness in a way. But anyways, that is like a completely different story. But yeah, so yeah, I know, I understand, and I 100% agree with Amidamaru. If you don't enjoy going to school, you know like that means you don't have friends to enjoy it with. That is like such a big truth. I was able to understand this through my own life. Those 2 years I hated school because of that, because I literally had no friends, and it was like a new environment, and it was just completely, absolutely, like, worse. And then in college, I became friends with a few friends again, and I loved college as well because I had friends. So it all boils down to that, because you spend a lot of your time in school, college. If you don't have friends and people to talk with there, and you're lonely, that is like the absolute worst. That is just so bad. And yeah, and he's correct. That's why Yo hates, not Yo, sorry, Hana hates school. Because he just goes there and just sits down, and that's it. For like 5 to 6 hours, just literally boredom. Like, and the teachers just talking about like stuff that you couldn't give a like less crap about. And just that's like like a boring stuff. Without friends, it's an absolute nightmare. So yeah, he's correct. And I love how he interjects continuously whenever Yo is not Yo, sorry, Hana is complaining. He goes to school and he's like, oh, like like I hate these people. And Amitabh's like, these people are so boring. And Amitabh's like, the one who calls others boring is the most boring of them all. Right. Now, obviously, you can see that one of the biggest reasons why he wasn't able to make friends with people is because of his innate ability of understanding what other people is thinking, what is inside of them, like what, stuff like that. As he says, I can already see their strength, and the intentions that really drive them. There you go. He can literally see that. Obviously, we saw that with Hao as well. If you remember, Hao also had that, and his whole backstory explains that section of him. How he got fed up with humanity and all that. So that's also like like something that he's going through as well. Well, he kind of gets reminded of Alumi, and he's like, oh, you know what? Maybe it wouldn't be too boring. Right. And then I was like, yep, this, like, the reason why they're showing the class is definitely because a transfer student is going to come. And you know what? I can see 2 seats open, so there will be another transfer student. We got one, so I feel like there will be another one. There's 2 empty seats now that I'm looking at it. Or maybe someone's just absent. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, he comes in and I'm like, oh, I wonder who it will be. Obviously, it is Yohane. Like, who else? So he's here, and oh my god, he's just like I love how everyone's snapping pictures of him, and the teacher's like, oh, his name is also like Asakura. It's just a coincidence, you guys. And he comes and he's like, oh, I will sit beside Hana, and he like goes close to Hana and grabs his hand, and he's like, you know what? Why, Hana, I'm here? So that I can kill you anytime I like. And Hana's like, what the hell are you even talking about? And he's like, wait a minute, that didn't work? Oh, that's a shame. And everyone's snapping pictures. Oh god, that's funny. Anyways, he talks to him about his whole situation and how, like, this is like very new to him. And Hana's like, oh, like, it might sound weird coming from my mouth, but yeah, school is important. You need to go to school. And he's like, yeah, however, this is completely new to me because this type of normal stuff was something that I and or my sister never got. So yeah, and he talks about how his father has told him to go to school, and that's why he's here. Um, and Hana's like, should we fight? Our fights got interrupted, and he's like, no, I cannot defeat you. You know about it. Um, and Oboro Daimyo also comes out, and he and Amidamaru has a conversation, and he tells Amidamaru actually what happened. As he says that everything will be kind of at truce now because of a certain situation. And flashback, that certain situation was actually Tamao going and destroying their house and defeating this guy. So the first thing he does is she uses Daitengu to destroy the house, and then he comes out, Asakura's Yokyo, yeah, this guy, and he's the one obviously who has never like properly treated his own children, so who just uses them for his own gain. So he's like, oh, I'm going to punish you with my amazing cosmic powers, and he brings out Oversoul Gyon puppet, and Tamao uses Asceticism Perfected, and yeah, Daitengu just defeats him in one punch. And like I said, this was like the whole punchline. I feel like this whole family's punchline is literally like, oh, they seem very strong, and then when you fight them, we're like, oh, they're actually weak, that kind of thing. But we have to remember, like, the reason why they're weak is because, first of all, Yohane is sick. Yohane is not really at the best of health. So I remember, I think that it was the first episode, or was it the first episode of Flowers, where they explained that Yohane, if he was in the best of health, he would have been stronger than Hana, because his oversoul and everything is already perfected. So just because he's weak and ill, that is why he's not able to, do something of that sort. So that's one thing we need to remember. So it's not really that, yeah, they're weak. It's just that their current situation makes them weak. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, and Daitengu punches him 3 times and completely defeats the Oversoul. And Tamao's like, yeah, you know what? That's it. And I would like to ask you some questions about who is it that is pulling your strings, and yeah, so you'll have to tell me directly. And since that happened, yeah, they are currently at ceasefire, and I'm guessing Tamao probably told him to let Yohane and his sister let them attend school, because I'm 100% sure it is Tamao who told him to tell them to go to school. He doesn't seem like the person who would tell his children to go to school. So it was definitely Tamao. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a high possibility it was Tamao who told him that, oh, your children, like, let them go to school, like something like that. And that is why he phone called them and probably told them to get admitted in school. Or either that, or he told them to go to school just so that they can keep an eye on Hana. Either of it, either he was told by Tamao to let his children go to school, or he told them to go to school because he wants them to keep an eye on him. Either of it, not sure which one it is. But I think it's probably Tamao, because where is that part? I think she herself kind of talks about going to school. Where is that section? Here we go. It takes something like this to get someone. Just a minute. Okay, where is it? Alright, yeah, it takes something like this to get someone who doesn't work and doesn't send his kids to school to come out. Yeah, since she said this, there's a possibility that she's probably the one who told him to let his kids go to school. Because she literally says this line, so there's a possibility it was her. But either way, now they will be attending this school, and they are currently in ceasefire. However, in the end, Oboro's like, oh, I don't care about that. Should we fight Amidamaru? Before we actually truly, like, seeds are fighting. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next episode, if whether Amidamaru and he will fight or not, or whether they won't. Yeah, let's wait and watch. I don't think they'll fight because, like, they have been told to not fight, and I don't think like Yohane will allow him to fight because currently they're in ceasefire. But who knows? Maybe. Yeah, let's wait. Either way, that was this episode. So yeah, like a few information we got. Like we're getting to see what is happening, and the things are getting prepared for whatever's going to come after this. So one of the important things that we got to know from this episode is about the whole flower of maize. This thing, whatever, like this thing is, and this new fight that is probably at a bigger scale than what we saw in Shaman King. Now, since this one is going to be involving How, and whatever, like, like as they said, they will be waging like a fight against heaven or something like that. So it's like in a pretty big scale, whatever is happening here. And that is probably the reason why Anna and Yo are not at home, because they probably have to deal with complicated stuff like these things, while Hana is at home safely. So there you go. That's probably what is happening. Either way, let us see. And yeah, since Johanna is here, yeah, maybe finally Yo will get Hana will get a friend. Yeah, because like he knows him, so like yeah, and he will not have to hide anything from him. So in that way, I guess they'll probably become good friends. And I'm pretty sure another character will probably transfer to this class as well, because there were 2 seats that were empty. So he's the first one. I'm wondering if someone else will come in this like class as well. So and in the ending song, we can see 4 characters. One is Hana, one is Yohane, and there's 2 other characters. So I'm guessing one of them will probably transfer into the school, and another one I'm guessing we'll probably meet them eventually or something. Anyways, let us see how this proceeds. And yeah, so that is it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to Shaman King Flowers episode 3. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Shaman King Flowers. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.